if Venezuela had been Bitcoinized, would any of this have happened? Like, is it simply a monetary policy, just undisciplined? We can get rich if we print a bunch of money, so we're going to do it, and you enrich the government?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely of the train of thought that like Bitcoin fixes this for sure, and the only kind of the only problem is that to get to the Bitcoin standard, as I mentioned, we need a rising economy and more wealth generation being created, so people can save, so people can invest, etc. So it's as simple of like give people in emerging economies stable coins to level the playing field, and then give everyone Bitcoin. That's the master plan, really. Yeah.
And then what about the other areas in the region? So Venezuela, people can feel it. Like, it sucks, right? It's a horrible situation. You guys are doing a great job of trying your best to provide a currency that doesn't get devalued, trying to get it into people's hands, educate them, etc. What about the rest of the region? What's the situation?
The situation is very interesting because Colombia, Peru, and for example Chile were countries that were smaller in GDP, and the past 20 years they have been increasing because they were just like really small. Brazil, the contrary, was already a big economy, but it's decreasing, as similar to Mexico and Argentina. So the reality of Latin America is that the middle class continues to decrease in growth. Wealth inequality continues to increase. Currency instability is happening. Instability is happening in every Latin American country. So, price inflation, for example, in Colombia, in a few other countries, is not as bad, but the currency depreciation against USD or other stronger forms of fiat is really bad in Brazil, in every country. So fiat currencies tend to have really low network effects in Latin America. Like, nobody wants them. And so the opportunity for Latin America as a whole, and again, if you look at the on-chain data, a lot of the on-chain data is showing that depreciation of USD, of the currency against USD, relative to the usage of crypto in peer-to-peer exchanges is highly correlated. And so I do believe that all the problems in Latin America, like the foundational problem we have to solve is solving money. Commerce is still at 6%, online commerce, which is not super high. But the good thing about Latin America, so I've been talking about all this shit. The good thing about Latin America is that we have an established middle class. It's decreasing in growth, but it's more established than India or other regions. We have a GDP that is twice the size of India, a population that is twice the size of the United States, an internet penetration that is higher than China and India at 70%. One of the highest engagements of internet usage in the world at 9 hours per day. So a relatively young population. So the only problem we need to solve is the freaking money problem. Because
it's basically people are online, they know how to use the tools. You have a young, large population, it's growing quickly. The problem is the money is wrong. It's bad.
Exactly. So that's kind of like the general situation down in Latin America. And another cool stat is that in the past 6 months, BC money has increased a lot. I think $9 billion were invested, or even more than $9 billion in BC money in high risk startups that are solving these type of issues. We have about 24 unicorns, about 24 unicorns, which is kind of like new for the region. And out of those 24, about 3 are crypto startups or exchanges.
Wow. So 24 unicorns in Latin America, 3 are crypto.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
It's pretty big compared to other regions. So hopefully we're going to see more of that.
Value will be $1 billion company.
Of course.
Let's go.
Of course. It's a winner take all crypto economies.
Yeah.
For sure.
What do you think about El Salvador in terms of them obviously embracing Bitcoin? Most people just hear the Western perspective, like the North American perspective of just, hey, Bitcoin is good. El Salvador is embracing it. How do you think about the way they're doing it, the fact that they're doing it? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, so the law is going into effect in about 5 days, right? I think. I am not like super into the whole like political regulatory thing and like reading the laws and all that. I'm kind of like more like 10,000 feet above that. And what I can say is that, interestingly enough, Bitcoin is being adopted first by dictators. In Venezuela is similar. Like, there's nothing we can do about it anyways. Bitcoin is open, right? Which is an interesting thing, right? Nobody can do anything about it. If they want to use it, that's okay. Like it's an open system that is not controlled by anybody. But in El Salvador, I think just because your listeners potentially are mostly American, I really just wanted to say that it's really easy to kind of like be excited about this if you haven't lived through the bad things that have been done by these people, right? If you really don't know the history, El Salvador is not Singapore, right? Like they're both dictatorships, and it's great that a dictator can say, "Hey, now everybody will use Bitcoin because I say so." But again, it's a very different thing from doing that in Singapore, where there's like wealth and one of the highest GDPs per capita, compared to El Salvador, which is highly poor, and the entire power is controlled by their brothers and this guy. So I am interested to see how this will happen, but I'm highly skeptical of Bitcoin being good as a whole. I think there's just like similar to Venezuela, we had the first regulatory entity in Latin America for regulating crypto. It's now happening in Cuba, and across like the board, you can just see that these laws are not necessarily to help people, but to like make money. And so, I'm just dropping some like real facts here.
Yeah.
Right?
What do you think are the important things for people to pay attention to as it gets rolled out? Are there specific things that you would say, hey, these are going to be the ways that we know whether this is a net positive or a net negative?
I think we're going to have to see some on-chain data. The solutions that are there, I think Strike, I think the El Salvador government is launching their own wallet. I don't know if that wallet is going to be, I think it's built on top of Lightning Network, but there's another interesting kind of, I guess, moral thing, right? Like they're highly KYCing people, but in the end, I do believe that it's better to give people optionality to have Bitcoin than not having it. So it's better to have it with KYC than not having it at all. Things to pay attention to, I think, we're just gonna have to wait and see. I will be waving my magic hand here.
Hey guys, bang bang. Thanks so much for watching the Best Business Show today. And don't forget to check out our partner, SoFi. They make all this possible. They're a super app that lets you save, spend, borrow, earn, and invest all from one single platform. And if you go there today and you sign up for a SoFi Invest account, you can get between $5 and $1,000 for free from SoFi. Not everyone's obviously going to get $1,000, but everyone gets something. Don't say that I never did anything for you. Go check them out at SoFi.com/pomp, download the app, and go ahead and open an account. SoFi.com/pomp, and make sure you come back and watch more of the Best Business Show. We're going to build the biggest business show in the world, and we need your help.